Hi, everybody. This is Caroline Sotheby, and welcome to Up, Down, and Around Town. Okay, a lot of you people have probably put your Christmas decorations away. Some are still having them out. They're looking great yet. But we have somebody in the past couple months been busy with the Beautification Commission, and she was somewhat in charge of all you people that won prizes for your decorating of all your Christmas homes, gardens, and whatever. And we're getting a poltergeist over here. Our lights are going on and out. So enjoy it. This will be a fun day. Okay, I have to go to our guest, Wendy Leach, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I talked to John Darren, who's the president of the commission, a couple of days ago. And I said, "You want to come on?" He says, "No, Wendy was in charge of the Christmas decorating well, it's a contest,
It
really.
is really a contest.
Yeah. And so I called her, and she says, yeah, she'd be willing to come on. Hey, thanks for doing that.
Thanks for having me.
I haven't had a chance to meet you, so I know some of the people that are on the commission, and you usually see people out there in the streets doing the weeding and planning, and so you get to know a couple of others. So when did you actually become a commissioner?
I think it was around 2018, 2019. Someone had resigned. I took over that term, and now I'm on my own term.
Okay.
Which started last year.
Last year.
I think they're 2 years.
So was this suddenly put on, hey, Wendy, it's your turn, or did you volunteer?
I think I volunteered to do the Christmas. We all have our own little jobs. The person that used to handle it, he left, and Alice did it for a couple of years. So we were trying to give Alice a little bit of a break.
Okay.
So I like Christmas, so I said, let me try it, and it's a lot of work. So
oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that when I volunteered, but it's fun.
And you're glad it's done. This was a big one, though, for you guys.
It was big. We had more nominations, I think, than we've ever had, and we had more from the public than we've ever received. We had total of over 60 nominations.
Wow.
So we lay all the pictures out, and we go around and we vote, and then we pick the top 15. We had 4 businesses and 11 homes this year.
Okay. And for some of you people that don't realize, the presentation was before the council meeting this past Monday.
Yes.
So if you go to channel 16, you'll be able to see it. And did everybody show up then?
Not everybody, but we had a really good turnout. There were just a couple of homeowners and I think a couple businesses that didn't show. But we had a good turnout this year.
Okay. But for some of the people sitting at home, maybe we can flip that information that was taking place by Don Goots did most of the photography.
He did.
And
we
then who put this in the editing position then on the video?
That was done by Wyandotte Connects.
Okay.
By Amy.
Okay. All right, Amy, there it is. Yeah. That was shown, December? And like you said, homes and businesses.
Homes
okay,
and
there's
businesses.
one there.
Yeah, that one was beautiful. It had so many lights and different decorations. It got a lot of good responses on Facebook. And I like that one. That one's kind of classic to me.
Really?
It's not over the top, but it's classic. I think it's pretty. Well, I think they're all pretty. And this, of course, is the one on St. John's. It's just amazing. It's 3 different houses, but the middle house does all the decorating.
Oh, really? Yeah.
He's known as Baldy.
Okay.
Now, this house here on 629 Pine was designed by a 12-year-old boy, the son that lives there, Gabe.
That's a little different.
And a lot of times the photos don't really capture how pretty they are.
True, yeah.
And there's one right next door. It's a mother and a son, and then the son lives next door with his wife.
Okay.
They did it was beautiful, the 2 houses together.
Wow.
as you can see, they all do a lot of work.
Wow. It takes a lot of planning, a lot of lights, a lot of wiring. What else?
A lot of money.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And to get your own design and say, hey, let's do it this way this year. Yeah.
Yeah, like I do my own. This one was really pretty. Look how they did the lights on the house. We had a few in Wyandotte this year that did that.
Really?
It's very different.
Okay, so now going to the businesses. CG Insurance. You know what? Sometimes at night you don't get the full value, I think.
Right.
You see the lights basically, but not maybe the little interior designs and things
Right.
they have.
This one is beautiful. And this one.
Now, Iron Gate's been doing that already for a couple of years, so yeah, last year we looked and said, wow,
Even the inside is all decorated.
really?
on
Are
Iron
they?
Gate.
Yeah.
And this was really pretty. They have some snowflakes on the other side of the building too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, they all did an excellent job.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very difficult trying to choose the top 11 with all the work that's, I mean, just imagine, we nominated 60 houses and businesses, and they've all done so much work.
Yeah.
So,
Do you give a letter of say thank you for participating at least?
we sent a postcard to those
You did?
who did not win, and just
Okay.
to thank them for making Wyandotte beautiful this season.
Okay. So at least you felt a little bit better because you had all this participation. And don't give up. Let's keep it on for next year too.
Right, yes. And for the first time, we did a list. We put all the nominees, we put on Facebook the addresses of the homes that win. But we did a little flyer with all of the nominees with the addresses, and then a few more houses that were past winners that we only give the, you have to, it's 5 years between awards.
Okay.
We try to spread it around a little bit. So we put some of those people on the list, and everybody really liked it because they like to get in the car and drive around.
Right.
And so we gave them a little bit of a heads
pre.
up. Right, where to go to.
Yeah, that was ideal because, like, I think that's why they put it on. He had her put it on. People had addresses and they were able to go, and weather was halfway decent at
Right.
that point yet,
Right.
and that worked out.
Yeah, I decorated my house when it was decent. So
Oh, really?
luckily, I'm always thankful for the warm weather that time of year.
Yeah, and then of course it's been ideal for a lot of these people to take everything down and
Right.
put it away
Yes.
until our snowstorms come. But we've been lucky, so we can't complain. So
No, we have been very lucky. It's just sad when it goes down because now it's so dark.
yeah, that's true.
I like to get out and walk my dog and walk and look at the lights. Now we can't do that.
No, we can't. Hey, well, how Thanksgiving? No, you don't have anything for Thanksgiving. You have the Christmas. What's next then? That spring?
Well, up next for the commission will be, in just a couple weeks here, we'll actually be choosing our flowers and ordering our flowers for next summer. Then we plant along Biddle. I think we usually have to get that order in by the beginning of March.
Okay.
So it's cold and snowy, but we get to think about flowers and dream about summer.
Oh, yeah. And people don't realize that you do plant, you do weed. You usually have people come on, especially kids. Those when the coaches used to get their teams to come on and help. That
Yes.
was a little community participation. At the same time, they're aware of what can be taking place.
Right.
And when they get out of school and get married, hey,
Yeah, they'll know. Yes, we have in April we'll have our cleanup.
okay.
And then in May, we have our dig-in, which is when we plant our flowers. And the high school always sends, they're such a big help. They send the football players and the honor society. We get tons of kids that come, and we can't do it without them.
Right.
So we need volunteers, and we appreciate the kids coming. We appreciate all of them, but it's nice to have the kids there.
Oh, yeah. Well, one thing, too, I think a lot of seniors or people there, they're a little 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s coming out, but they can't bend as well as they normally would, and they probably would like to help more. But even, a half hour would still help out if somebody took a little parcel.
Right, yeah. I mean, we have such a we do all the way from Oak to the fountain. And so, I mean, there's a lot of space we have to cover. So every little bit helps. If you can come out for 20 minutes or 15, we'll take it.
Well, especially when you put the planting and the weeds start coming up, that's when you need a lot of help, too.
Yes, we're out there. Alice is now helping Maggie on a regular basis. And then the other commissioners, including myself, we go out. Usually I'm on the weekends because I work during the week, but we'll go out there, we'll just pick a spot and we'll spend 2 or 3 hours pulling
And you
weeds.
can, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And you might not get it all, because like the Superior, where all the war memorials are, that's a big space.
Oh.
And the weeds sure grow even when it's dry.
Hey, but you guys have done a beautiful job with that. I mean, we get a lot of comments. I'm connected with the American Legion Auxiliary, and so we got to know a lot of the people coming for the celebrations and something like that. And they'll go, this is beautiful. You people don't realize
that's
what
good to-
citywide it has.
That's good to hear. Yeah, Purple Heart is my favorite. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah. And you have a lot of bushes, different flowers, and different colors and everything else. So if anybody's going down Biddle Avenue, take a look on it. Just be special and browse through it.
Yeah,
That is,
because it goes right across all the way, really to Bishop Park.
Yeah.
The plantings. Now that's planted separate. When we have our dig-in day, we just mainly focus on Biddle,
business.
the beautification plantings. And then there's an extra day. It's usually the Tuesday right after. We'll spend a day out there, 5 or 6 of us, and we'll plant Purple Heart and then move across and plant all of the flowers all the way down to the park.
so that's special.
It is special. It's
Yeah.
kind of an honor because it honors the veterans. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's an honor to make it pretty for them.
Yeah,
So
why not?
it's fun.
Okay, so that's your planning stage and some of your activities. Coming back to this, though, how did you actually figure out from these 60-some entries these winners?
Well, we go around and take pictures, and then we come to our meeting and we lay everything out, and then everybody goes along and votes 1 through 5, 5 being the highest. And then we just start figuring out who's got the highest scores, and then we pick, everybody that's got a perfect score, whatever, how many commissioners are there. Then we get to our top. It was supposed to be 10 homes, 5 businesses, but we wanted to. We had plenty of businesses this year because they did a great job too. It was hard to pick those out because there's so many businesses
Right.
decorated this year. But in the end, there was a couple extra houses that we wanted to get in there, so we did 11 homes and 4 businesses. So
Well, it worked out, so.
it did. And then we give the addresses to Don Guts, and then he goes around and takes good pictures for us.
Well, you know what? I'm glad Don got into it because a couple of years ago, when the COVID and we were not really in here, Rich Campbell was the one that went with Ellis to the individual homes and actually was taking a picture of their place and the presentation of the award. So it sort of gave an idea, hey, this can be done,
Yeah, and Don does a great job with the photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very good photographer.
So initiated him into, yeah, why not?
He's generous enough to give us a hand on that.
Okay, you did bring this, though. You said that was presented to the people on Monday night before council meeting.
Yes, we used to get these at Bronner's, and then we found a local crafter who makes these for us.
Was that the one on 13th Street?
You know, I'm not sure. Alice orders them.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
So, yep. And this is all handmade. They're really pretty.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that is.
so everyone gets one of these and then a certificate with their name.
Okay. So when do the signs go up? That's only for the special.
You mean at each house?
Yeah.
Well, we only do that right now for the beautification awards, but we have kind of talked about doing that for these awards. So
Really?
it'd make it easier for people just driving down the street to see
Oh, yeah.
that, you know, this house won. We're trying to figure out, it takes so long for us to, by the time we choose the winners, get them notified, you know, it takes 2 or 3 weeks. So
Right.
we kind of run out of time. So we're trying to figure out how to speed it up a little bit.
Well, that's kind of rough. Where would you speed it up?
Well, part of it, I think we mail out the letters to the homeowners that they've won and the businesses. I was thinking if we did signs, just take the letter and the sign the weekend after we vote, which is usually in early December, and then just take it right to the house. If they're not home, leave the letter, you know, at the
Okay.
door so they can.
Well, similar to what happened a couple of years ago then. You're actually making contact with the person
Right.
and right where the decorations are on that.
Right. the ghost of Christmas past. I think we're all in trouble.
That's great. All right. Okay, so that's Christmas. So now you're already in the stage of figuring out what kind of plants you might want and so on and so forth. You have to get them by truckloads.
Yes. The morning of the dig-in, we get a truckload of flowers from proven winners. We have to be out there, I think it's around 7 o'clock.
Okay.
We get those in time. We have to get them off the truck. We have to do that. He brings them down off a lift, and then we have to get them off the carts and everything. And we have to get everything kind of set up before volunteers come at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So we have loads, we have trucks there. We load up the trucks and deliver the flowers wherever they need to be planted.
So you need a lot of volunteers.
We do. If you have a pickup truck, please come.
Come on down, huh?
The last 2 years or 3 years, we've had Chris Calvin, who's got a big F-150. We have a couple commissioners with pickup trucks.
Okay.
So, and then I think there was a couple more people with trucks last year. Because it is a lot of work. I mean, those flats take up a lot of room,
Yeah.
so you can't fit too many.
Right.
And I don't know how many, we take probably 10, 15 flats over to City Hall or here for the begonias that go along the side, and then we have petunias in the back. And then all the flower boxes up and down Biddle. We actually, somebody walks along and we put the flower in the flower box where we want them to plant them. And we do both sides of Biddle
Okay.
before all the volunteers come.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. So do you just simply put them in or do you cover them too?
No, we set them and we have the volunteers plant. And the roots are so thick in those boxes, they kind of have to figure out where they're going to plant them. But
Yeah.
the goal is in the corner, but it ends up, it's not in the corner.
But they look nice.
They do look nice.
They look-
That every year we have to decide which flowers we want to put in those. A lot of people don't notice them. So we try to pick bright colors, and so we don't know what we're going to do yet this year. We're trying to
Okay.
figure, we want to do something different.
Well, you got a budget though. So you have
Oh, we
to
do.
your limits. You have an idea how many plants you are looking to order,
Mm-hmm.
and then figure out which price went up or went down.
Right, and we have a relatively small budget.
Yeah.
So we really have to budget our money, and prices have gone up. So we have to, but I mean, we have plenty to. We make it work.
Okay.
We have to buy dirt, we have to buy fertilizer, and Proven Winners brings all of that.
Yeah. And of course, you have to keep your vandals out just in case, because there was a little situation after you had your Christmas. Well, I shouldn't say Christmas, it was winter plantings, and those big, what do you call them? Ceramic.
Yes, ceramic flower. 2 of our flower pots were
Yeah.
broken.
And
So I think it was after the Christmas parade, actually.
yeah.
So now we have to, yeah, and that is a problem, unfortunately. We have, flowers get pulled out or pots get knocked over. The businesses have to deal with that too.
Yeah. So that has to be included in another budget, especially
Right.
another season.
Buy new pot, which we're trying to buy pots that are harder to break. Because part of it is, there's bicycles and so many people, and sometimes the pots are moved, especially the ones right around City Hall, which last year we couldn't put because of the construction. We had to find different places. So the pots that were broken were over by Oppenheimer, and we don't know. Somebody there was a comment on Facebook that they saw somebody going around
Okay.
with mischief. So we don't know exactly.
That
what
was
happened.
a stop after that, okay.
Yes, DPS went and picked all of them up for us, so we'll have to figure out where to put them. And that's another thing. We have so many pots. We have to figure out where to put them all. We have had some that we've had to move by Old City Hall due to construction. So now we have to figure out where to put those.
Well,
Those are big ones.
do you have a supply room? I mean, do you have? No?
It's all over at DPS.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Okay. So bless you, people. I mean, you're limited to funds and personnel, really. And you hope that, well, like you said, there's 10 on the commission, but still, you have limited time because everybody's probably got a job.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're all busy, but I don't know. We make it work. Last year, DPS was so busy with everything that they have to do. We had to put our pots out. So that was kind of fun, even though
Really?
it was a lot of work. And then we figured out where to put them, and we planted them. And it was busy downtown because they had something going on as usual. But while we were out there planting, but it's fun. We enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't be doing it if you didn't
Right.
like it.
Yeah. You have to be a committed gardener that really enjoys getting your hands dirty, because we do.
Oh, do you have to have a certification too to be on the commission?
No.
No? Okay.
No, we do have master gardeners, though. Some of
Okay.
them. I'm not one, but one day maybe I will be.
Well, by that time, you're going to learn everything from them. So
Yeah, I reap the benefits of the master gardeners that I work with. I learn a lot from them. You never know everything in gardening, I don't think.
Oh, no. It's just like recently I got to know of somebody that's even doing similar things, but farming also.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
But that also includes the chickens and the lambs and the sheep and all this stuff. And I said, wow, it's like coming back from what used to be is now is being center attention.
It is. And having chickens is really popular with people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I grew up with my grandpa. He had a chicken coop, and you had a vegetable garden, and you had the different trees and the grapes. And I tell my kids I used to squash the grapes, and they said, bah. But that was things I can remember, and that was something that now these kids would not know.
No, they wouldn't. And we do have our community garden.
Yeah.
Speaking of gardening, it's very popular. I'm not sure how many beds we have, but last year they were all full.
Yeah, they're supposed to be replacing too for handicapped people.
Yes,
and
that is the plan for this year. So
beautiful. So if somebody wants to get in touch, what's the best way?
You can email the Beautification Commission, beautification@wyn.org.
Okay. All right. So.
Or message us on Facebook too, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
And we can-
especially Facebook.
Right, Facebook is big.
Hey, I thank you for coming. I thank you for
having me.
getting involved, and you thank all those people for all the work and effort they put in,
I
and
will.
that not too many people are aware of it. You know?
Yes.
So-
We enjoy it.
And
it's-
keep Wyandotte beautiful.
Yes, we make Wyandotte beautiful. We enjoy that.
Thanks,
Thank you.
hon. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Up, Down, and Around Town. Okay.